Hello and welcome. I'm Gargi Rawat and you're watching me live on youtube.com/NDTV, the site to go to for all the videos and shows from NDTV. And every day we ask you which are the stories you want to know more about, and we give you the pick of the day, the pick of the stories of the day. And today, of course, it is Maharashtra that is leading that list. All of you want to know more about the Maharashtra battle in the Supreme Court amid poaching worries. Maharashtra MLA safe in hotels. Also, the pollution crisis remains, and the Supreme Court had some very tough words today for Punjab especially, so we'll get you more on that. Fear of layoff in the IT sector, techie commits suicide, and then the international story, major gains for pro-democracy parties in Hong Kong. So let's start off with the latest news coming in on the Maharashtra case. Now, what we do know is today in the Supreme Court, the issue was taken up again. The Shiv Sena NCP Congress has approached the Supreme Court against the swearing in of Devendra Fadnavis as Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and today the BJP-led government got another reprieve. They've got another 24 hours. The Supreme Court will only give its verdict tomorrow at 10:30 again. So everybody's now waiting to see what the Supreme Court's decision will be. Remember, opposition parties are pushing for a floor test. They're saying they want a floor test, while today there were letters shown in the Supreme Court in which it was claimed that Devendra Fadnavis was sworn in only after Governor Koshyari was shown these letters saying Devendra Fadnavis had the support of his MLAs and also NCP's MLAs, and that letter was signed off by Ajit Pawar. So the opposition, meanwhile, very interesting, as this was going on in the Supreme Court, at the same time in Mumbai, the opposition, the Shiv Sena, NCP Congress, their leaders went to the governor and they gave him letters with the support that they had, claiming that they had the support of the MLAs and they had the number. And now the latest that is happening is that there is going to be a show of strength taking place at the Hyatt Hotel. Remember, all the MLAs of all the various parties are in various hotels across the city, but today, the opposition parties, the Sena, NCP, Congress are going to do a show of strength. So they're going to have all the MLAs that are supporting this tie-up between the Sena, NCP and Congress. They're going to have all of them there, and they're going to say, come and see, Governor, we have all the MLAs here. So what are we going on about when Ajit Pawar claims he has the support? Sanjay Raut has tweeted, we are all one and together. Watch our 162 together for the first time at the Grand Hyatt at 7 p.m. Come and watch for yourself. And he's tagged the Maharashtra governor and he said, we are 162. So claiming that they have the number. So it's very curious to see these developments, right? Because on one hand, if we do see all these MLAs here, on the other hand, in the Supreme Court, the argument is that Ajit Pawar has these letters which purportedly claim that they support him and they support whatever action he takes. Though, of course, those letters were given to him, the NCP claims, at the time when he was the legislative party chief for the NCP. So even as we're awaiting what the Supreme Court will decide tomorrow, which many legal eagles and many political analysts are claiming should be a floor test, because that is where these issues get resolved. And that has been since the 90s, when a judgment from the Supreme Court, Justice Bomai, said that any issues, any doubt that there is regarding the numbers, etc., it needs to be cleared out on the floor of the House. That is where this is done. So you have this show of strength coming up in a short while from now. On the other hand, today you had Devendra Fadnavis taking over as the Chief Minister. He went to the Mantralay. He took over as the Chief Minister, while in Parliament also you had you had the Maharashtra issue taking place and protests, in fact, taking place in Parliament. Both houses were adjourned after these protests that took place in Parliament, where you had outside Parliament, first you had the Congress there protesting. Here you had Devendra Fadnavis taking over as Chief Minister, Sonia Gandhi leading these protests, Rahul Gandhi in Parliament saying it's a murder of democracy that is taking place, and that's the poster as well, murder of democracy. So in Parliament as well, you had a ruckus, and both houses were in fact adjourned after that ruckus, and you had members actually going into the well of the House, and there are also allegations that two Congress MPs, female MPs, that they were manhandled by the marshal. So that has become like a separate sort of controversy over in the midst of all of this, and the BJP, the ministers actually hit back saying this is not how you behave in the parliament. And so these are the various developments that we've been seeing. The other very interesting development has been that 9 irrigation scam cases have been closed today. Now, this is very, very curious. Remember, the irrigation scam is the big scam in which Ajit Pawar is an accused, the Deputy Chief Minister, who has tied hands with the BJP. And in fact, Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis made his political career and really got a lot of attention at the time by going after Ajit Pawar over the irrigation scam issue. So now you have today this development of 9 irrigation scam cases being closed at a time when Devendra Fadnavis has just taken over as Chief Minister again, and he is dependent on Ajit Pawar. So very, very interesting, though the Anti-Corruption Bureau is claiming that this has nothing, that these 9 cases, that there are some 3,000 cases, some 3,000 tenders that were in irrigation related complaints, and all of them are being investigated, and that these 9 cases had nothing to do with Ajit Pawar. But the timing is of course something that has raised eyebrows. It's while none of the other political parties have really come out and said anything on it, the document is being shared about how these cases have been closed, because remember, it is one of the speculations that the reason Ajit Pawar was so keen to go with the BJP, go against his own uncle Sharad Pawar, who groomed him and was his mentor in politics. The reason he did this big step and divided the family, divided the party, is because he was actually very scared of the cases against him, the ED cases, the irrigation scam cases that are being investigated by the Anti-Corruption Bureau, and that is the reason that many are speculating that he did this to tie up with the BJP so that that they go soft on these particular cases. So given that today is the day when Devendra Fadnavis took over as Chief Minister, the timing of these 9 cases being closed has definitely set off a big buzz. Remember, the allegation is that he was involved in the swindling of some 70,000 crores when he was the Deputy Chief Minister in the earlier Congress NCP government. So that is one of the big cases against him, something the BJP really went hammer and tongs at ahead of the elections and when they came to power first in 2014. And now, ironic turn of events that you actually have Ajit Pawar with the BJP as Deputy Chief Minister, though tomorrow, of course, all eyes on the Supreme Court to find out what their decision is going to be and whether that whether they will order that floor test as soon as possible, which is what the opposition parties are demanding. So these are the big developments in Maharashtra. In just a few more, in an hour from now, over 1 hour from now, we're going to have this show of strength at the Hyatt, in which all these MLAs of the Sena, NCP and Congress will be there, and tomorrow, of course, the Supreme Court is going to take up the issue of whether to order that floor test or not. Now, speaking of the Supreme Court, the other big story is the pollution, and today the Supreme Court had some very, very strong words about the pollution crisis, especially for the Punjab government, really taking the Punjab government to task and slamming them over their inability to stop the stubble burning. Remember, while of course there are many factors in Delhi that cause the pollution, but one of the big reasons that we have such high pollution in this season of October and November is because of the stubble burning that takes place in Punjab, because the farmers have just finished with one cultivation and they want to sow seeds for the next, and they take the easy way out, and the stubble that's left in their fields, they just burn the whole thing. And the Supreme Court has asked that options be found, alternatives be found, and it told the Punjab government to stop the stubble burning. But since then, the stubble burning has actually increased, and we saw more of that smoke coming to Delhi and causing this gas chamber situation. And then let me just read out what the Supreme Court had to say. They said that living in Delhi has become worse than Nark, has become a hell. And so they said Delhi has become worse than hell. Life is not so cheap in India, and you will have to pay. How much do you value a person's life? So really hitting out at the Chief Secretary of Punjab. The court also went on to say, why are people being forced to live in gas chambers? It's better to kill them all in one go, get explosives in 15 bags at one go. So very, very over the top, of course, very of course, it is a very urgent matter, but the justice is clearly very agitated over the pollution issue. So saying that, why is Punjab killing Delhi slowly? Just get explosives and, kill everybody in one go. Why should people suffer at all? Instead, a blame game is going on in Delhi. I'm literally shocked. This is what Justice Arun Mishra told Tushar Mehta, the Solicitor General for the central government, upon being informed of an increase in the stubble burning cases in recent days. So the Supreme Court really expressing its dismay over the situation and the fact that nothing has been done to solve this pollution crisis. Instead, the center blames Punjab blames puts its hands up and says we can't stop, we can't criminalize farmers, and we need more aid, we need more money, we need more machines. So it just keeps going round and round, and today the Supreme Court really hitting out at all authorities, the Punjab government and the center, saying it's become a hell, and why are we killing people slowly, and just go ahead, do it all in one go. So we'll wait and see what the authorities decide, whether the governments do pay heed and whether Punjab actually solves this issue of stubble burning in the state. So those are the big stories that we've been tracking all day today. Remember to come to ndtv.com and youtube.com/ndtv for all the very latest. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.